Lessons from Numbers 20 versus Numbers 8. The truth is, although leadership can be daunting, it is also a divine calling that transforms us. In the book of Numbers, Moses is called to speak to the rock, but instead Moses strikes the rock, allowing water to flow. Now make sure you keep up. So he does create water to flow. However, Moses disobeys God's instructions to him. God asks Moses to speak to the rock, but instead Moses strikes the rock. And in doing so, in his disobedience, God told Moses that he will not lead his people into the promised land. This is a profound reminder that leadership is not just about results. It's about obedience, trust, and humility before God. And Moses' disobedience cost him tremendously, right? But how many times have we been disobedient from God and struck the rock ourselves? Leadership is not just about meeting the needs. It's about surrendering and allowing God to lead us. So let's go back and rewind to Numbers 8, where the Levites are being prepared for the role. They are set apart, purified, and anointed for service. They aren't just thrown into leadership. God has prepared them for this. So putting it all together, in Numbers 8, we see that God is preparing his people for leadership. And in Numbers 20, we see the weight of that leadership as they are being prepared to do what God asked them to do. Now, I believe that God is calling you to step into leadership. If this video found you, it's definitely not by chance. The roles of leadership for you may be in your family, your workplace, or even your community. And it may feel intimidating, but here's the truth. God never calls the equipped. He equips the call. So how do you step into this calling? Well, number one, you seek God's presence. You seek his presence through prayer, through scripture, and listening to the voice of Spirit. Number two, you have to embrace the process. Trust me, I know how overwhelming it can feel. We have been in a space where we have felt very overwhelmed, especially when put into roles of leadership. But know that God is always with you and you are not on this journey alone. He will never forsake you, and he will never give you the gift to do something if you weren't prepared to do it. And number three, you have to obey the call. If God is calling you to step into leadership, know that you are not by yourself. Again, I know how difficult this could possibly feel for some of you, but trust